Okay, glasses on, so I feel like I'm a little bit intelligent. Right, we're going to finish off the Spline Street Constructor mini series within the map building series with the changing of the diffuses. What I mean by the diffuse is these textures here. So the road 0, 0, 0, 1. We don't want to change these, but we want to add. We want to bring in some different ones, some oldie looking tarmac, maybe some tracks, because these are pretty generic. When you put them down, they look like brand new road tarmac, and that isn't always what you want, especially if you're doing a British farm, for sure, because the roads around the farms are pretty broken up, pretty nasty. So I'm going to show you how I do it. There are plenty of other ways of doing it, probably better, because we're using GIMP and we're a little bit limited with GIMP. But I use GIMP because it's free, and you can do pretty much what you need to do with it. So the first thing that you need to do is you need to find some textures, and they don't all work the same with the Spline Street Constructor. Why? I don't know. Well, I do kind of. It's because people use Blender and things and do it like that. So yeah. So we need to find the textures. As you can see here, I have a few textures that I've already found, but I'm going to show you how to extract a texture from an already built map, and then you should be able to do this yourself. So we're going to take Calmsden, we're going to take the FS25 one, and you just want to extract. So you go to it, you open it with whatever tool you use. I'm going to use WinRAR, so we open up WinRAR with it, and then we want to oh, I know, because I don't pay for it. I don't pay for anything if I can get away with it. So we go to extract to, and then we want new folder, and yeah, we just like that, and it throw it up here onto the desktop for us. So once that's done, we'll jump in there. Let's bring that down here next to it. So we come in here, we go and click on map. Now it could be in many places. Oxygen David is very good, and he puts all of his textures in one place, which is very helpful. So I'll do that again. So you open up, you go to map, you come down to textures, come to textures again, and then in here you have all of the textures that he will have used for the creation of his map of buildings and things. There are other textures, but yes, we're not getting into those today. So you want to scroll down. It'll be road or lane or something. If I could remember how the alphabet goes, we would get there a lot quicker. Okay, road cracks, no. Road, lane. Should we take this one? Is there any more? Road, lane. I think there's another one called lane, actually. Let's go up. Oh, there we go. Lane diffuse. So we got a couple. Let's take this one then. So just copy it. Don't click on it and take it out. Just right click, go copy, minimize that, go into your new folder that I've set up, my road texture diffuses, and then we're just going to paste that bad boy in there. So we've got that one. Alright, now they may have names that conflab with each other, so you are going to either want to change them or make them different. I think I've already got that road lane one from there in there. Let's go back. Oh, I already have you open, don't I? Let's go back into there. Road. No, I'm not singing. Road lane 1. Yeah, I've already got that in there. There it is. Road lane 1 diffuse. Okay, so now we've done that, we don't need these. Where I got the other ones from, some old ones, so dirt track, the dirt track diffuse here, and then the lane diffused, and lane dirt diffuse. Those 4, I've had for many a year. You're just gonna have to go and search and try and find them. So the other ones that I got from Bullet Bill's FS22 road prefab pack. It's on the FS mod hub. So again, you just extract the file into its own, then we go into textures, and then you'll go through and you've got road diffuse right there. You've got curb diffuse if you wanted your curbs to do your flim flams. Is there any more? Where did I get the other ones from then? I must have got them from somewhere else. So anyway, you just go through and find what you need, and it's just to diffuse the picture itself. And then there's other helpful things in here. So if you wanted the slow writing to go on the tarmac, then you've got that one here. You should be able to just use that as it is. There we go. Right, so we're good for that. So we're gonna stick with Oxygen David's lane diffuse. So the first thing we want to do is we want to come to our Burrow. No, we don't want to come to our Burrow folder. Sorry, we want to open up GIMP. Excuse me. GIMP, and then we want to know in, not that one, it's a lane, so we do want that one. We want road 51 here, and all that we want is the dimensions. So you can see there we've got item type, GIMP, DDS, date modified 2014, that was a long time ago. Dimensions is 1024 by 4096. Okay, 1024 by 4096. So we come into GIMP, open new, we go 1024, and we want 4096. Okay, there we go. Now first thing we want to do is come to layer, go to transparency, add alpha channel, then click your magic wand, click the box, press delete, and then that makes it completely transparent. We got nothing there. Then click your magic arrow off here so this isn't highlighted anymore, and then click your dragging tool. Then what we want to do is we want to come to the folder where we have the lane diffuse. We're going to just drag that onto GIMP, and it's going to prompt us, and it's going to ask us, do we want to load the mip maps and automatically decode? Well, we want it to automatically decode, yes. We do not want the mip maps. Okay, so we get rid of the mip maps, and then you can see already that this is too wide, and that's because it has the it's wider. Why am I getting confused tonight? I don't know. Okay, so we want to rescale this. So scale tool, we want to shift scale, so shift S for scale, and then it will bring it up there. And we're just going to how are we going to do this? No, we don't want to. We want to unlock, and then we want to drag this side in so it's just, and you want to scroll in a little bit. So if you press your control and then scroll with your mouse wheel. You can scroll in, and then release control, and you can scroll up and down. And you just want to make sure that it's just inside, okay, down that edge, and then down this edge you want to bring it in again, just inside, and you want to check all the way along, so it is there, still out here at the top. So that's in, that's still out just a little bit, that's in just there. Alright, so there we go, that's beautiful. And then just click scale and it will scale it down. Now you do want to be careful with this, because if you go start stretching the images to fit, then it will distort the image, right? If you shrink it, not such a bad thing. If you stretch it, then you're going to start to get distortion. So you want to make sure that you're shrinking rather than stretching. Okay, so over here we want to click on the background and we want to delete that. Alright, delete that layer, and then here we are done for that. So now what you need to do is you need to export as, and we're not exporting as a DDS yet, we want to export it as a PNG. So we're going to call it, for ease of searching, Ceebur underscore lane. Nope. Okay, save it as a PNG. So where should we save it? We'll just save it to the desktop. Just save it to the desktop. So export to the desktop. And why are you giving me all of this? Yes, that's what we want. And that is that. Okay, so close that down, discard changes, and then open, and then recently used will be Ceebur's lane PNG. Okay, if it's not there, you need to go to your desktop and find it. Now we've done that, we have it here. It's got rid of all the extra that was part of it. It's made it one image as a 1024 by 4096. It's got rid of all the overhang, and we're good to go. And all we need to do now is we need to come back over the file, then we're going to go export as again, then we want to change the PNG to DDS, so it will be Ceebur's underscore lane dot DDS. Press export, and then it will give you a prompt, export as DDS. Okay, so because this has lost the word, why am I stumped for words? Because this has transparent edges, so there's transparency in this around the edges and everything, we need to do it as the BC2 DXT3. If we were doing it and it was just a complete image, you can get away with doing it as the BC1 DXT1, but because we're doing it and it's got transparency in it, it needs to be the BC2 DXT3. Okay, then you come down here, we leave the format as default, we leave save as select layer, and then you want to go to mip maps and you want to generate mip maps. Okay, and then leave filter as default, wrap mode as default, everything else just leave it as it is, or as I have it here, and then click export. So that will have sent that to our desktop as well, I would imagine. Which one is the DDS? Is it you? It is. Okay, so we want to open up our Bauer map, we want to go to mods, we want to go to road textures where we have all our textures already saved, and then we just click and drag it in there as Ceebur's lane. Now I can't stress this enough, you have to have and I've said this before, but you have to have these textures in your map. If you don't, when you go in to play it on game, it won't find them because they're in the wrong place. It has to be in the map files, alright? And that's why we've got our mods folder. You can do it like Oxygen David does, where he has all his textures in one. I do it like this because I like to know where my individual things are when I'm working on them. Okay, so there, that is that done. So the next thing we want to do is we want to open up our map, which will take a second or two. Have a lovely sip of tea. Tea is the savior. Can't drink coffee this late at night. I won't sleep. Okay. Hurry up. Okay, right. So I have here a spline that I've created already just for this tutorial purpose. It's a nothing spline. It's very short. It all works. I've tested it, so I'm happy. So we'll just minimize that for now, and we'll minimize that for now, and then we come into Street Spline Constructor, get that opened up, bring you over here, we can close that down, and then we want to, as you should already know, come in here, set this up, so we go mods, road textures, and then we'll just leave this as, we'll just do it as main road for now. Save, we'll call it Ceeb's Lane, and then we want to go to the diffuse, click on that and find our new diffuse, which is Ceebur's Lane, open, and then we want to find our spline, which is here under placed objects, and we just click on that, open. So we're all set up. We'll make it, because it's a lane, we'll make it 4 meters wide, and we're all good there. Yep. Okay, and then we just click go. Okay, and then we want to, there we have that ready, and then we come back here, and then that's the wrong one, you idiot. We didn't have it ready at all. It's this one, and we did it as main road, didn't we? So we'll just click, drag it in there. It has a little bit of a brain fart down here, but there's nothing to worry about. It's getting worried about mesh cooking, but it's actually okay. And then you can see that we have our new texture that we've just created, and it looks gorgeous. Tell you what, we'll move it so we can see it. Put it over here. There it is. Alright, and that looks fantastic. And then we can drop her down, so we'll put a terrain decal, Dave, whatever you want to call it. It's a bit hazy, it's because we've got our, there we go, that's happier. Okay, so there it is. That's essentially how you do that. Actually looks pretty darn good. It's interesting actually that texture is a lot flatter than the actual road texture. What's that about? Who was it I was talking about? Was it Airborne? We were having a conflab about this because this isn't flattening out quite as we'd like it to, and I understand quite a few people are experiencing similar problems. I mean, for an English road, that's pretty standard. You'd expect it to be lumpy. This bit is over lumpy, and I can't get it to flatten out. It doesn't matter what I try and do. just won't flatten. It says no. Make it larger? No. So I don't know how we're going to overcome this situation. Perhaps I don't know. I'm stumped for a minute. So anyway, as you can see, I've not done any more on this map, and that's because I have actually downloaded using the latest version of Maps for FS, the new fandangled flim-flam. So this will be the last time you see this one. We'll be working on the newer version, newer download, and I should have my roads laid out, I hope, and then we can start working on some other things. But if not, I'll think of some other things to be working on. So I hope that one has helped get you some lovely new textures for your roads. Obviously, any problems, don't hesitate to ask, but watch the video a couple of times and you'll get the hang of it. Thanks for watching.